Do you know how bad I feel when I yawn when I'm live streaming? Because I feel like I've just put so many other people to sleep. It's a terrible, terrible feeling. I'm just like, oh nah, I just yawned. And now like a whole bunch of other people yawned because of me, and then maybe other people yawned because they yawned because of me. This is why we're gonna go for best of 5 tonight, boys, amongst other things. Now, but listen, just to reiterate what I said before. Shout out to all of you guys who swing by my Twitch channel from YouTube, whether it's to say hi, just to watch a live stream for your first time ever, or to subscribe. Like, I appreciate every single one of you. You're all very, very kind. Got to put my game sound up here. Give me a second, boys. There we go, nice and loud. Firstkiller looking for his 5th straight series win on stream. TheCar looking to rebound after dropping a series to Monkey Moon not too long ago. That was a pretty tough series though, because of course Monkey Moon is or at least was last season, the highest rated PS4 player in the world, and was top 10 at the time. One of the highest rated players in Europe. And TheCar was willing to go across the Atlantic and play that on the away server, which was very kind of him, because we got to witness a pretty cool series. It was... TheCar came second best that time though, so it's a bit unfortunate. Look at this from Firstkiller, just a couple of back and forths. TheCar's going to be pretty mad at himself for stepping off his goal line here. Because Firstkiller was pretty much just waiting for the ball to stop bouncing too high, because he didn't want to make a first touch on a high bounce, as that would send the ball into TheCar's area, and maybe, you never know, maybe TheCar can sneak in there, get a challenge for free. TheCar's going to respond with a kickoff goal. Easy 2-1 for TheCar. By the way, I've fallen well behind on subs there, so welcome to all the new subscribers. I appreciate that. I'll call you out between games here, or maybe between, or maybe the end of this series if it's just going to fly through this this entire series. Game 1, 2, 3, up to 5 potentially. We're on to a game, a best of 5 today. Very, very one-sided kickoffs so far. This is brutal from both players. 3 kickoff goals in a row, and the lead has changed hands. Firstkiller now in front. Yeah, who do you guys have winning this one? I've got to go for Firstkiller because of his current winning streak. He's on a 4-win streak against some very, very good players. I believe he's beaten Mektos. He's also beaten AJ. Going for the pin shot is first. Then he had a pretty one-sided series against Mittens before. What was Firstkiller's last series? I've totally forgotten who he beat most recently. Does anybody remember who I swear Firstkiller's most recent series is the one I've forgotten. But that's the one that I'm most keen to remember right now. Beautiful dish by TheCar. Look at that. Dodging the demo, securing the boost, and dishing it off the back wall. Are there any famous female players? In Rocket League, Karma from Team Splice, or I don't know if they're called Team Splice or Splice Esports or whatever. I don't know. They've got Splice in their name. They're in the promotion tournament for RLCS this season. They're going to be going against Allegiance, I believe. First of all, well, yeah, I suppose if you're going for fame, then yeah, Athena, she's pretty famous. She's got like a bajillion subscribers on Twitch, so that's fame. Beautiful off the wall play by TheCar. Firstkiller well too slow to challenge this one. If he's going to go up for this, he needs to go up yesterday. That's just a bit too late. Going up on the back wall, then coming off the wall. Not fast enough there. He's got to just go off the deck. Take the hypotenuse, the fastest possible route. Now, it doesn't look like anybody checked to see. I'm going to do it myself. Wrong button, hold on. I'm going to do it myself and see who the most recent person TheCar beat was, because I swear that it wasn't his game against Mittens, was it? Yeah, it was Forky. Yeah, it was Forky. Firstkiller beat Forky. Well, he himself was ranked 2 North America, and Forky was ranked 6 North America. So very impressive stuff from Firstkiller recently. And to just reiterate some of the things I've been saying while casting Firstkiller's recent series on my stream, he's been looking just as fast, just as mechanically sound as ever, and that's of course mainly focused on ground shots and last-ditch saves. But he managed to keep himself a bit more reined in, I would say, not making as many over the top, off the wall, off the ceiling, you know, highly mechanical, overly mechanical, shall we say, plays, which have got him in trouble in the past. Because some of you might know, but a lot of you won't. Firstkiller, before his recent 4-series win streak, I believe had a 7-series loss streak on my stream. And many of those series were against players who he had a strong lead against at one point, or at least at several points, even during the series. And he ended up losing games and series which a lot of you thought he didn't, or at least wasn't supposed to be losing. So he's looked more grounded recently. This is going to be a big test though, because if any player in North America is going to just play solid Rocket League, is going to play heads up 50-50s and really just try to wait for your mistakes to see what happens, it's this man right here. It's TheCar. He's just going to ram his pink cone as far up your nose as he can. Firstkiller's got to be careful. He can't take TheCar lightly, but at the same time he can't just sit back and let TheCar do what he wants, because TheCar is a very, very solid 1v1 player in his own right. Maybe on a current 1-series loss streak on my stream, but that was against a very solid player on an away server. We can't really take it that seriously.
Versus Corrupted G.
Pog for Marky versus Corrupted G. What? Where's Marky versus Corrupted G happening? I'm unaware of that matchup. Hey, Mangle Squid, I just realized that's a tier 3 sub. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in my tier 3 list. Are you already on my tier 3 list? Let's find out. You are indeed. Well, thanks for the second one. And listen, to everybody else who's subbed since I started casting this series, I'm gonna thank you all by name after or when I get a chance here. Not had a chance to look at my alerts yet, but I appreciate all the support as always. You all know that, I'm sure. Chance for Firstkiller to come back here. The good thing about him being 4 goals down this game is that it happened as early as it did. He's had ages to try and come back, and that's a sneaky little ball chase. Firstkiller trying to make the goal gap 2, and he will. And there is a very, very nice interception. Oh, it's their cars. Pirate Hat versus Cone. Oh my goodness, I'm actually so disappointed I didn't realize this. Of course, Corrupted Gabe, the Pirate Hat extraordinaire, and Marky Duda, Pink Cone himself. TheCar was most prominent with his black cone usage initially. Here, I'll tell you what, Firstkiller he's totally changed up his defensive strategy, and it is working wonders. He is turning so much earlier than he was earlier in the series. Unless TheCar starts to play the ball a bit closer to himself when he's in control of possession, he might be in trouble here. Firstkiller takes it to the sky. Look for a flip reset earlier. Now the air dribble pump actually demos TheCar clean out of the sky. Barely tagged him. We need to take a look at TheCar's POV on this one. That was disgusting from First. Definitely worth a clip. Leaning into him at the last second. TheCar was not too far from getting over the top of him, but gets eliminated regardless. 7-0. We've had the 4-goal comeback, and Firstkiller's not done. Tries to make another one pass, and he will. 8-7. Firstkiller's back. And not just that, he's commanding now the lead of the series with a good bit of time left. He's maybe scratching his head thinking he should have taken a bit longer to come back, because now he's going to defend the lead for 46 seconds. It would have been nice if he'd maybe taken it back with 4 seconds left. Car again very close. Look at that from Firstkiller. 180 backflip flick. If he'd believed in himself there, he might have had an easy rebound. But as it stands, TheCar piling on the pressure yet again. Just a very, very tough shot to defend twice, and Firstkiller will defend it twice. TheCar wasn't really looking for the goal on the first attempt there. He's looking for the rebound. But in comes First. Demo and the finish. 9-7. That's going to be game. But really, the double save at the other end is what won him this one. Really impressive stuff in nets as per usual. Is this the largest comeback? No. We've had 6-goal comebacks before on my stream. I don't think we've ever had a 7-goal comeback. And I mean, although Firstkiller just scored 7 goals on the trot, we have had Scrubkiller come back from 6 goals behind and win in a game. We've had K-Dot come back from 6 goals behind and win in a game. I think Devo came back from 5 goals behind against Fairy Peak and won a game. So we've had a lot of very impressive comebacks in the past. The best thing about Rocket League 1v1 is it's actually never over. Until it's over, you can just lose a whole bunch of kickoffs and lose the game. Yeah, Jesse almost did a 7-goal comeback against Scrub. I believe that would have been
Johnny, this is
the biggest comeback of all time.
Go to the zoo tomorrow, please, Johnny. I want to go to the zoo really bad. Please, please, please.
Are you serious, Ryan? I mean, for a start, I don't think that there is even a zoo in Glasgow. We'd have to get the train to Edinburgh.
Thank you so much for coming. My name is Slow Spectre. You may know me from leeching off Johnny and Scrub, but I'm here to make an attempt at ruining everybody's day. Wish me luck.
That's really harsh. Nice shirt. Thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know. I just decided to put a shirt on today. I went to, grab a garment of clothing, and I picked this up. I was like, that will do. Did the old sniff test. Do you guys do the sniff test? You don't really need to do a sniff test if you're like a Twitch streamer. Who cares if you smell bad? Like, it's not like you guys are gonna know. But I just did the sniff test. I picked it up. Just gave it a quick, yeah, seems clean. That'll do. And if it fails the sniff test, you just go, whoa, and then you just throw it on the floor in the corner of your room until you eventually put clothes in a washing machine, just like next month. But hey, that's what I went for today. Sniff test. Passed the sniff test. Now we're wearing it. Not that you guys would ever know. Maybe that's a Twitch extension in the distant future. Hopefully the distant future, because I don't really fancy that one. The smell extension. Oof. It's actually getting worse the more I think about it. Hey, let's just think about this. Firstkiller coming back from behind. Now he's making it 2-0 any minute now. Not just in series, but in goals. No, never mind. He's actually scratched that one off the post. TheCar has just conceded, I believe, 8 consecutive goals though between last game and this one. And unless he can switch up his defensive strategy, he's going to concede even more. The biggest problem right now is that he's not been able to stop Firstkiller from doing everything that he wants to do. And I think he's starting to feel a little bit desperate. You'll notice he's landed in Firstkiller's goal after his last offensive play. And what did he go for? A pretty simple low volley at the edge of the box. Lands in Firstkiller's goal. Unfortunately for him, the ball does not. And he's going to be 2-0 down. Firstkiller 9 goals on the trot. Now TheCar plays it early. Firstkiller up just as fast, and that's a fantastic clear. Give himself a lot of time to get back, but he's gone for the boost, and TheCar will punish. And finally, TheCar breaks the streak that Firstkiller was accumulating. That's really a shame that Firstkiller has decided to concede like that. He did have the boost to make a save on pretty much any shot that TheCar could have fired at him. But he wanted more, and that is always the case with Rocket League players. Doesn't matter how much boost you have, you always want more. Check out this ball chase by Firstkiller. The ball chase and then the hiding behind the ball. Always a vicious combination. Does absolutely nothing, and watches TheCar fake himself. 3-1 Firstkiller. I say he does absolutely nothing, but I mean, he did do a little bit of a pump fake. So I suppose we got to give him some credit. As of now, Firstkiller is well on track to extending his on-stream win streak. That's a nice shot though by TheCar, dipping it underneath Firstkiller's challenge. And I'll tell you what, the amount of times I've seen Firstkiller concede a goal because he's gone for boost when he shouldn't have is at least 3 too many times between this game and the last, and that is not something you want to see as a high-level ones player. TheCar with a routine save, but he's in an awkward spot after the fact, has to keep on contesting this ball. He doesn't want to back down and give Firstkiller a freebie. That's nicely done by TheCar to avoid disaster in that play. Completely shanks the shot wide of the net though. And it's things like this that are causing him problems at the moment. He's been plays smart Rocket League, but the mechanics are right now letting him down as he jumps over Firstkiller's demo. Maybe hoping Firstkiller would miraculously own goal that one. That's a play I would love to see more often. The good old jump over the ball at your opponent own goal.
Did they call you the
nice save by TheCar here.
You can always smell what's unicorn.
I'll let you guys guess what word got censored there. I'm sure most people are able to figure that one out. But yeah, listen, if Firstkiller could play like this, or at least if he could play like he's playing at the end of this game, or the end of game 1, that's pretty much the standard you need to go up against the 1v1 gods of North American past. We've not seen Dapper for a long time, but of course back in the day, Dapper ruffle stomped Firstkiller a good 3-0. And there's a nice top corner shot by TheCar. Full volley this time, and that's maybe a bit of a mix-up that Firstkiller wasn't expecting. Important to be able to scoop those off the top of the arc like TheCar just did, though. Regardless of the fact that it's bouncing or not, you need to be able to shoot with power in Rocket League. You don't need to look any further than a player like K-Dop to know that's true. Look at that demo by TheCar. Firstkiller, a sitting duck. Absolutely no more than that in this play. TheCar with a rapid acceleration up to supersonic takes him out. It didn't look like it would be possible for him to get supersonic there, but he just about made it. Dapper's a lot better at throwing these days. I've not seen Dapper play ones in a long time. I really haven't. I used to stay up a lot later, so I would catch Dapper streams, and sometimes he'd be playing ones, but I imagine he's still streaming at that same time slot, and I've not been able to catch that time slot for a long time now. I've got a bit of a better sleeping schedule, but hey, listen, it's far from a good sleeping schedule, but it's a start. That's all I'm going to say. I'd still put Lethamir, you know, head and shoulders above anyone else in North America right now. You know, if we saw more of Dapper, if we saw more of Squishy, then you could put them at the same level. And in fact, if Squishy and Lethamir played each other, I would expect Squishy to come out on top, just because I think Squishy's playstyle is favourable in that matchup. Oh dear, TheCar running out of boost. This is a complete miscalculation of his boost total. He had a good recovery, he had a good line, had good speed, but he ran out of boost, and that's why he's missed this one. Squishy doesn't play ones. He's placed in ones in this season, so he must have played ones somewhat recently. I would expect Squishy to come out on top against Leth, unless he got tilted. Squishy's probably more tiltable than Lethamir. Lethamir's very solid in that regard in a 1v1 situation, but the playstyles do favour Squishy, I would say. Squishy's pretty good in defense in a 1v1 situation. Lethamir doesn't go for, you know, overly fancy or overly insanely difficult plays in offense, which is what you need to do, or rather what you don't really want to do if you're against Leth, who's so solid himself. Right, TheCar needs a goal here if he's going to take this, and he will. Look at that 50-50. TheCar ties it on 0 seconds with nothing but brute force and strength and power of will. Says, get out of the way, Firstkiller. This is going to overtime, mate, and here we are. He's trying to tie up this series as well. Yeah, Leth is coaching Flipside this LAN. That's going to be interesting. Hey, hold on a second. TheCar 12 boosts and a dream right now. Will he go for the mind game? No, he tries to backflip flick that, and that is just about as all in as you can get, and he's going to lose the game as a result. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you don't try the forward roll backflip flick when everything's on the line. Why not the mind game? Why not the normal flick? Oh no, TheCar. I mean, in fairness, it would have been pretty funny if it worked, but it didn't. So he's sad now. 2-0 Firstkiller, just like that. After such a heroic equaliser, TheCar has to make a reverse sweep happen, or he's going to be out of this one. Yeah, he did make it into the lobby at least. Hey, Team Charcoal, I appreciate that. A rusty flick. What's it called? A dusty flick. What are you guys on about? Anyway, Firstkiller. Will he go for the flip reset? Yes, he will. Misses the ball, but TheCar still has to stretch to make contact. You never know in these flip reset situations whether the players actually hit the reset or not. It was not far off from Firstkiller. I like that he's going for these flip resets, to be honest, because it keeps TheCar guessing, is one thing. You know, secondly, it is 0-0 in a best of 5, and he's already 2-0 up. Or 0-0 in game 3 of a best of 5, I should say. But most importantly, these moves are becoming more and more viable. The longer the longer into Rocket League's lifespan we go, ceiling shots, flip resets, actually air dribbles as well. Pretty much anything which is a highly, highly mechanical play, difficult to defend when executed correctly, and you know, hugely punished when it goes wrong. These plays are becoming more viable the longer Rocket League exists. Beautiful outplay by TheCar. You know, it doesn't look like much, but he's got the bump onto Firstkiller. What a save though by First on spawn. Gets bumped, recovers, gets the save. TheCar low 50-50s it in though. That's what I was expecting him to do at the end of the last game. And you see the effectiveness of this. He loves these low 50-50s. So surprised he didn't pull it out at the end of last game, but he's done it at the start of this one, and he's now finally got his nose in front. He was winning for a while in game one, actually, before Firstkiller brought it back. TheCar might have just made it 3, and indeed he has, and that's another goal that that Firstkiller's conceded by going for boost when he shouldn't have. He just nips away a little bit too far out of his line there. Maybe back to goal would have been superior. Your diamond, any tips to get gold? I've seen people in movies go into rivers and they hold like sort of sieve things, like in the stream of the water, and then once it's filled up with a whole bunch of residue from the water, you just kind of take it out of the water, shake it out, and check if there's anything shiny in there. So you could do that. Never tried it myself, but I saw it in a film once, so that's probably your best bet. It's called tree panning. Trepanning. I don't know what that. I've never heard of that word before. I'll delegate that one to Twitch chat. Tree panning. Just Google it, mate. Just Google it. Honestly, how to get gold. Just Google it. Probably not the safest industry to get involved in it. I bet it's fairly monopolized at this point. I would be very surprised if it's not. Firstkiller. Wave dash catch. TheCar just stands by it, waits until he's finished. It's a bit of a back and forth involving more physicality than ball control right now. It's Firstkiller once again sacrifices ball pressure in favor of a boost, and look what he's used it for. A pre-jump off the ceiling, and he's dodged the bump on the recovery. If he had put that in, that would have been quite a masterful turnaround by Firstkiller. He's not done very well with this clear though. Giving it straight out to TheCar, who gives it straight back. Both players actually miss-hitting their shots. Firstkiller with the clear, TheCar with the shot from close range. He did have a lot of boost there, but he decided to go up at the completely wrong angle, unfortunately for him. I don't even cast anymore. It's a bit, probably like 50-50. Somebody should actually like go and you know, take note maybe of how much casting I actually do versus you know, everything else that I say. I reckon it's about 50-50. It depends though, you know, if the game's like really good, I'll do more casting. If the memes from Brian are really good, I'll probably interact with those a bit more. If the game's absolutely shocking, you know, if like Jesse's playing or something, nah, I'm just kidding. I actually love casting Jesse, to be honest. Very entertaining player. Then, you know, maybe I'll focus more on absolutely anything except the game. But, hey, it just depends. Just kind of making it up as I go along here, because we have been doing this for quite a long time. Oh, worst bounce imaginable for Firstkiller. He's turned around as well. It's a good half flip away from the ball, instead of following through with that fast aerial. I'm a bit worried for Firstkiller here. He's refusing to slow down, and he's very much prioritizing boost over ball at the moment. And it has ended up in TheCar's favour, 5-3 now. Not a strong lead, but a lead nonetheless, and TheCar will survive the impact he took on that 50-50. Put it over the crossbar and rebound. That's certainly for me been Firstkiller's biggest misplay this series, is he's going for too many boosts when ball pressure might be favourable. If you remember back to the comeback he had in game one, it was because he started challenging a lot earlier when TheCar had the ball, and also just turning around earlier to take shots when TheCar maybe wasn't expecting him to do so. But now he's kind of backed off a little bit. He's taking wide rotations, more of a team play style rotation, I would say, from Firstkiller. If he keeps doing that, then two things are going to happen. Number one, the car's probably going to win this game. And number two, Firstkiller's not going to have many chances to come back in this game. He's had plenty of shots so far, 11 shots and only 3 goals. But look at that, more time wasted off the clock and no goal to show for it, at least in Firstkiller's perspective. Wait, is that a disconnect or has he just left the game? I need to check if he disconnected here. I mean, I don't know if that's like a forfeit or a disconnect. I'll just send him a question mark. Oh, he's joined. Wait a minute. Alright, it's back. Cool. Oh, he got rid of the pirate hat. Alright, yeah, the pirate hat was in the way, boys. You couldn't see what he was doing. No, okay, now he's got perfect vision, so it's going to be an easy win. There it is. Top corner. Oh, never mind. Alright, here we go. 100% success rate from now. Flip reset off the ceiling. Might have missed it, but hey, we almost scored. It would have been cool. Hey, it would have been cool, boys. Don't worry about it. You know, it's not over just yet. Just might have to score in the next 1 second. Okay, never mind. It's over. GG's. Or GG, rather. The car back in the series. You know, we'd never see the car take off his... Whoa, look at this. Double flip reset from the car. It's the car. Excuse me? Is this the car or is this a Vampel? Who was that right now? When did a Vampel start using a traffic cone? The traffic cone, we're never going to see the car take off, is what I was about to say. You know, I hope for his sake he doesn't just like disconnect on this kickoff and give Firstkiller a chance. That would be a bit of a shame. As he's looking to make the reverse sweep happen. That's a pretty slow kickoff possession from Firstkiller. You knew he had to shoot there. Hope that the car's out of position, but as we can all see, that is not the case, and the car will get a game back in this series. Firstkiller still in the lead, but the gap is closing. I've still got Firstkiller probably winning this one. However, if he loses the next game, I'd have the car winning, because that's when Firstkiller is probably going to start tilting, or could start tilting a little bit. Pretty interesting series we got here, so I've not caught up on any of the subs that have happened since the start of this series. If you have subscribed or left me any notifications, I appreciate that. If you're here at the end of the series, I'll shout you out by name. If you're not here at the end of the series, then thank you anonymously right now. Anyway, let's see what Firstkiller is going to go for. Not just on the ball, but also off the ball. I'm really curious to see how early he decides to challenge the car. First thing he's going to do is back off to net. Failed to fly into the boost, but he's kept up his momentum quite well. And the pressure is on now for the car. Beautifully done by Firstkiller. That's exactly what I want to see from him, is ball pressure. I want to see him sticking around, trying to keep the car boxed in. This is how he came back in game 1. That was the best Firstkiller that we saw all series long, was game 1 comeback. The car, meanwhile, has done exactly what we thought he would. That is just trot along, solid as you like, and wait on Firstkiller to make mistakes. Is it going to be enough though? Early dodge by the car. Doesn't time it right though. Firstkiller coming in hot. Looking a bit more like a team player at the moment though. Does get control the second time of asking. The flick has got a lot to be desired though, unfortunately for him. Here's Firstkiller up for the double touch, and he will put that one in. It all happened very fast from the car's POV. He's just picking up pads. Get a second one. Never mind. Firstkiller's already up. And that's the danger of letting your guard down, looking away for a split second. Your opponent might just be hitting the backboard.
When WWE champ John Cena defends his title in the WWE Super Slam. Dubby-doo I like blackjack. I'm trying to go for 21, but I always hit on 14 kappa.
Hey, thanks Brian for that analysis. Personally, not a WWE viewer, but if you're gonna watch WWE this weekend, I don't even know if it's on, then that's entirely up to you, mate. Just make sure not to put the TV on 100 volume like you did last time, alright? That's all I'm asking. Firstkiller sniped a couple of those long shots in today, and you know, that's maybe one thing that you guys who are trying to rank up in ones should be trying to do in your own games, is just shoot more. You're probably missing out on a lot of goals just because you don't shoot when the other guy's not in his net. And at 1v1, if you've got a chance to boom the ball, why not boom the ball? Why not just send it on net as fast as you can and see if your power shot mechanics are good enough to get it into the net before you can get back. That's what Firstkiller's been doing, even to a player as experienced and as high rated as TheCar. It's been working on occasion. It's just about all you need. Firstkiller just missed a boost though. That is going to give TheCar the equalizer that he's been looking for. Over half the game gone. And again, Firstkiller misplays going for boost. I've been saying this all series long. He's making a lot of misplays, sometimes going for boost when he shouldn't. This time just missing it entirely. He might be punished double here. Indeed he will, just like that. One boost miss gives TheCar the lead. Firstkiller says, by the way, Johnny, he says he's lagging. I'll tell him we can change server after. You should have told me before this game if he's been lagging the entire series. You should have told me. I would have gladly changed the server. Hook shot will do though for Firstkiller. You know, lag or not, he's on a tie game situation here. It's not this that everybody says.
There once was a Scotsman named John whose nose was incredibly long for a
I
job.
don't know what to do then.
Stage night and day as a stripper pole song after song.
That would be quite the experience. Come back, Chris. I'm not gonna lie. Right, Firstkiller with lag apparently. Still trying to break down TheCar in game 4. He's not been able to open up a large scoring lead here. TheCar. Always the player who's most annoying to break down in defense when he's playing his best. And he shows Firstkiller how to flick from close range. 3-2 TheCar. It didn't look like much, but he is just spacing Firstkiller perfectly. These small touches are exactly what TheCar needs. Keeping the ball close, keeping it under control, and whenever he needs to, he can make that pop over the top. Firstkiller commits too early yet again. 2-3. He needs another comeback. Another goal to prevent this from going to game 5. TheCar is going to gladly waste as much time as possible. I'm smelling another volley from the near post. He's been so good at these today. Actually, never mind. Going for the bump at close range. And that is another thing that he's had in his back pocket. Pulled it out earlier with the demolish, but the bump is equally, if not more effective. Firstkiller caught jumping just as the impact came through, and that makes it even worse. Jump as you get bumped, and you're going to go to the moon and back. Firstkiller now down by 2 goals. 1 minute 29 on the clock. He's got plenty of time left, but he's not converting on many of his chances this game, or the last. And that is a severe problem for him. Gets a nice bump on TheCar, but TheCar's got all the boost, so Firstkiller has to run back. And if you're TheCar now, 2 goal cushion, that is maybe a situation where you just want to sit on the goal lead. Does Firstkiller just missed another boost, or is he lagged out? I'm not sure what this was. It must have been, it actually might have been lag, because this looked very weird. Oh no, he's just throwing his joystick around. That might have been lag. I'm not sure what was happening there. Just a little bit of a joystick spasm there from Firstkiller. I hope for his sake that that was lag and not tilt. Because if that was tilt, I mean, we've seen this before from him, where he starts to lose games and lose goals that he knows he shouldn't be conceding. He can get a little bit tilted. 4 wins in a row on stream before this series. He's looking for number 5. He doesn't need to win this game to get it. He could always win game 5. But I mean, we can all tell if Firstkiller doesn't want to go to game 5. He's playing with a level of urgency, which has me worried, that's for sure. But he's TheCar, just gone low 50-50 from close range. Great timing on the drop though, to be fair. That is the exact range that people would look for a flick from. Much closer, and you're guaranteed a crossbar. Hey boys, I'm going to be replying to all these what do you call it, notifications at the end of this series. This is game 4 of a possible 5. TheCar looking to take it that way. Firstkiller 1 win away from the series. He took game 1 and 2 though, so he is not the player with the momentum on his side as he looks for the near post demo. Actually leaves ball cam on there, keeping an eye on TheCar in case he managed to get a touch to take the ball towards Firstkiller's goal. Neither player really connecting with their flicks as they want to this game, but for now The car is in control, and all these back and forth possessions certainly favour him. He's wasting all the time, and that's going to be it. He doesn't have to do anymore. GG. We are going to game 5. And unless Firstkiller can settle down, unless he can calm himself, this could be the car series. He could be about to bring Firstkiller's win streak crashing to a halt here. Firstkiller did say it's not server related, by the way, the lag. So that's why we're not changing the server here. Just in case anybody can't read the chat in the top left corner. What is Project Phoenix? I believe it's Psyonix's like rival series or something. I don't know. Like, you know what rival series is to RLCS? It's like the B League. So I think Phoenix League or whatever it's called is like the C League. It's like the next one. Or is that College Rocket League? I don't really know. I'm not the person to ask. Just like Google it, mate. Google's pretty useful for that. Hey, 2-all, Firstkiller, the car. We're in game 5, boys. I'm very glad that I said not to do a game best of 7 here, because I would definitely be yawning at the end of this one. Not because it's boring, because it's currently 12:30 at midnight, and I was up at like 8 AM. Just been away for a while, you know, just a little while today. Your script is going pretty well. It's going alright. I'll take it. Favorite movie? Oh mate, I haven't got a clue. That's a tough question. I like all the Ip Man movies. They're pretty cool. Press or type Ip in the chat if you like the Ip Man movies. Come on, boys. Let me see those Ips. I'm an Ip Man fan. Good stuff, the Ip Man. Just like the car's hook shot right there. Very simple stuff, but incredibly effective. Yeah, Ip Man's so good, isn't it? What a film, or what a films. Although the first one's got to be the best. They're all very good, but yeah, I'd say the first one's the best one. Man, Firstkiller really does not want the car to have any boost right now. But, you know, taking the mid boost when the back corner boost is available is not that much of a steal. All Firstkiller really did with that was delay his attack for a couple of seconds. Beautiful timing on the bump. Firstkiller's miles out the play again. He's got to be more careful about the car's bumps from behind, because watch this. He jumps right as the car's coming in. He doesn't jump out of the way. I don't know if he could have got away there with a backflip or a side flip, but with the way the ball was bouncing, anything would have done the job. He actually could have wave dashed there, could Firstkiller, to get in position a little bit quicker. You sometimes see that these days. Wave dashes from players who have been bumped after the kickoff, or just any bump at all. Firstkiller rushing shot after shot. He's got to take a bit more time on his plays, I would say. Oh, he's tried to whip a back wall clear into the car's net there. But again, it's just immediate control for the car. The second he concedes possession, he gets it right back, because Firstkiller's not wasting any time. That's not a bad challenge, though. That's just about as good as a challenge can go. Straight into the net. Backwards as well by Firstkiller. Very nice hitbox, half flip in the correct direction. And we are completely tied up here in the series. Kickoff is all that will separate these two. And Firstkiller might have a chance to sneak in. If he had any more boost there, that would have been a goal. He only had 2 though. He's investing a lot of that boost just to try and win said kickoff. Oh no, is the car just gone for the boost? Indeed he has. What is going on? The car conceding the most basic goal as he goes into the corner for the boost. Even turns the long way. That's the play we saw from Firstkiller in game 1. The car's brought it out in game 5. There's no place for a boost over ball. The car will know that better than any of us. And now he faces even more difficult tasks. Firstkiller makes it a 2-goal game. The first touch here was exactly what he needed. The volley was actually not too easy. That's a very nice shot. The car may have had a chance to save it, but it was not a simple one. A forced error for sure if it was one. But Firstkiller's kickoff looking pristine at the moment. What has he got in store? Just more shots. It's been all fast plays by Firstkiller in offense. And now that he's got the lead, I'd love to see him wasted a bit more time. Not for entertainment reasons, but for his own sake. He's given so many chances to the car. This high shooting game, or high amount of shots game, is not going to favour him in the long run. He actually put that in his own net, by the way. Forced error yet again. This time TheCar put in his centre underneath Firstkiller. Oh, that's a fantastic block, TheCar. Has he snuck that one on target? Indeed he has! 4-all. And TheCar with a flying pre-jump in the way of Firstkiller's kickoff. We are just inside the second half of Game 5. And this is going to be a nail-biter if it keeps on going like this. TheCar has momentum on his side now. And even though the ball's in his half, I don't think he's going to be too upset with this one. He's had to defend some much harsher kickoffs than this in recent time. Again, Firstkiller just slapping the ball into a position TheCar can easily contest. I want to see more control out of Firstkiller at the end of this game. He's got another completely clean possession. Is it just going to be another power shot? Indeed it is, and these are not working often enough. That's all I can say. The more methodical approach of TheCar might win the day if Firstkiller cannot calm himself down a little bit. Try to make more of his possession. Try and make it count a little bit more. There we go. There's one. Solid challenge. Will secure the open net. But, you know, without these open nets, without these free chances, Firstkiller's not really creating much at the moment. If he doesn't get a strong kickoff possession or a completely uncontested shot, TheCar has been converting more on the back and forth in the midfield. Firstkiller, not much boost, but that's a great power shot. Looking to clear the ball, and this one does make sense because he desperately needed some time to get boost. Can Firstkiller hold on to this? He's made the most of his boost advantage. I think he's got the play over the top. Indeed he has. And another challenge secures an open net for Firstkiller. TheCar has been struggling when it comes to micromanaging these challenges back and forth in Game 5. Firstkiller getting several goals immediately after challenges, immediately after kickoffs. Can TheCar stabilize long enough to settle into the more boost controlled game? 1 minute now in the clock. Firstkiller should be wasting time here if he's playing for the win. All he needs to do is keep the ball away from TheCar. And he has been the faster of the two players. I love that play by First. He's making TheCar come to him. This is what he's been struggling to do all game long, is make the most of his possession. Make TheCar work for his challenges. Make TheCar work for his chances. And you know, TheCar had a chance there to go underneath, but for now, Firstkiller survives. The flick is just not good enough for TheCar. That might be the moment where he has to say goodbye to Game 5, and indeed this series. It was a golden opportunity. One of the best he's going to get towards the end of this game. But it's Firstkiller all the way now. He's had control of the ball for at least 50 seconds out of the last 60. Another shot over the top, just keeping it away from TheCar. 10 seconds. TheCar has to score with this attack. Flick again lets him down. He's got one shot with the air roll. Not going to happen. Firstkiller does take the game and the series. 3-2. Blue team Blair McQueen dream still OP. It wasn't the one-sided series that it looked like it might be after Game 1, but still a win for Firstkiller. An impressive 5 wins in a row. This time taking down the number 3 ranked player in North America, or number 4 if Brisky's American. I'm not sure where Brisky's from.
Why did you have to clap me so hard in the newest YouTube video? It was my first ones game after 2 seasons.
Oh man, I'm so sorry.
I heard that alerts are 250 bits, so here you have 350 together.
Hey mate, I didn't mean to. Actually, I think I let you score a kickoff goal, so I gave you a head start. I let you the recent 1v1 video. Hey, just saying, that 1v1 video, if you guys don't know how to win ones kickoff, or if you guys find yourself losing lots of ones kickoffs in a row, watch my recent ones video. It will, a ones kickoff video, it will help you to stop losing lots of kickoffs. You're still going to lose kickoffs occasionally, we all do, but you're not going to lose as many in a row. Congrats to Firstkiller though, that's a fantastic win for them. 5 wins in a row on my stream. There's not many people who have been able to pull that off. That's very impressive stuff. Let me catch up on all these alerts. So you guys have been far too kind throughout this. Hontro, or Haunter 10, it was you with the 250 bits, 350 total. Who played me earlier in one, so I apologize for that. Did not mean to spank you, mate. Merkel, thanks for 100 bits. Razmuffin, thanks for 2-month tier 1. Spamwise, thanks for 100 bits. I probably should not read that joke out loud. Nakasima, thanks for 100 bits. Just for banter, Ken. Aye, I do, Ken. Combat Chris, 1,000 bits. I appreciate that, mate. I did read that joke earlier as well. We probably shouldn't read that out loud. So not Steven, thanks to the Twitch Prime sub. I've gotten her, thanks to the 3 quid. Hope you enjoy your WWE night in at the weekend. Jade out quadruple 8, thanks to the Prime sub. Funu, thanks to the 21-month of tier 1. We've also got S Spines with the 5-month Prime. The Big Cheese with the 420. Cheers, man. Yeah. Nose joke, very good stuff. Booby22, thanks to the 2-month in a row tier 1. We've also got Connie Kid, 12-month in a row tier 1. That's a badge upgrade and a year. I appreciate that, man. Read it. Nah, I'm not reading that, mate. Wait, where was it? Nah, listen. You all heard Brian read it. Listen, I'm not reading it again. Wait, did I type in that the car won? Nah, I didn't. It's all good. Who else we got here? We got Ekron, thanks to the 2-month tier 1.
Soccer game? It doesn't matter. Cheers to my favorite marbles streamer.
Hey, we will be doing more marble streaming this weekend, not gonna lie. We will be doing that. That is definitely happening.